internet people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vanessa and this is going to be a album review today on Lorde's new album. Came out a few days ago. Probably by the time you're watching this video it might be like a week or so ago. New music from Lorde, Solar Power. First album since I believe Melodrama was 2017 and then Pure Heroine was 2013. So it seems to be that she's going in like 4-year intervals of dropping new music, which is fine. You know, take your time until you're happy with your music and your art before releasing it out to the public. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much. We're gonna get right into this album, and the first track is The Path. Also, I've only listened to the song Solar Power. You can watch my review on that on my channel, but I haven't actually listened to any of the other singles or watched any of the other videos that she's dropped in the last few weeks. But yeah, let's get into it. So first track, The Path. We're getting a little jazzy.
Born in a year of Oxycontin rest.
Okay, first thing I'm noticing is we rarely hear Lorde in this higher, like upper head voice register. She's usually singing in that like lower chest voice of hers, so that's interesting. Yeah.
Now I'm alone on a windswept island, no April or the radio.
This melody is very, hold on. This melody is very reminiscent of another song that I cannot place right now, but it is reminding me of something else. It also kind of reminds me of Mad World, but that's not what I'm thinking of. There's something else that it also sounds like.
Okay.
Very 90s pop. Very Alanis Morissette. This is definitely not the direction I thought Lorde would be going, so it's interesting. This run right here, a little more vocal skill there. Interesting. That was an interesting song. It was definitely not what I expect from Lorde, which obviously we're in a whole new era. Again, it's been 4 years since Melodrama, 8 since Pure Heroine, but it's definitely a different, lighter sound. Her songs usually tend to have a little bit more of a darker, fuller feel than this, feel. And this definitely does have that, like, I know she said, I think it was like in her Hot Ones interview, where like this was more of like a, I want to say sun salutation, but that is a yoga move. But just like appreciation and like glorifying the sun. I feel it's very sun goddess like. I don't know. I just said a lot of words that made no sense, and I honestly can't even tell you what I'm trying to say. But like, yeah, it's definitely just like more light, airy. I don't know, not really what I expect from Lorde, and I definitely was getting some Alanis Morissette and like 90s pop-ish vibes from it, like influence out of it. But I don't know, it's not necessarily my vibe. I do tend to like the darker sound that I'm used to from her, from Lorde. But I don't know, we'll see what else we get out of the rest of the songs. So this is just the first track. Next track is Solar Power. Already listened to that, so we're gonna move on to the next song, which is California.
That's when the door swung open and the voice said, "We're glad you came." But I don't miss the poison arrows aimed directly at my. Come on, that California.
Again with that like hot head voice. This song definitely sounds like she's talking about just like when she's mentioning that California love and stuff like that, that like she's not interested in like that Hollywood fame, that spotlight of and love of Hollywood, and she's kind of just like, I'm doing my own thing. And yeah, I came into this path of being in the business, and there are some things that I have to take with being able to, you know, be an artist. But she's kind of just like, I'm not here for the rest of the bells and whistles that come with Hollywood, which is like tracks for her, because she kind of does her own thing, lives her own life away from all the tabloid influencer, Instagram, social media. Like, she's like clearly is not interested in the clout chasing, basically. But yeah, another just like very chill California-esque song. Getting a little more of that head voice with her. Usually we hear that when she does like her harmonies, her like classic Lorde harmonies, but okay, my camera just like randomly died on me. I had to switch out the battery. But so I don't know where I got cut off there, but we're just gonna keep listening on to the song. I think I was talking about Lorde's voice, but like, moving on. Again, mentioning all these things that are like about clout and about name and like notoriety that she's kind of like, I don't care about. Okay, I didn't love that song. I appreciate her, like the lyrics of it. Like I said, explaining how she doesn't really care for like the clout, the Hollywood spotlight, any of that, the notoriety. She's kind of just like, I'm doing my own thing, which, you know, I appreciate. But so far, we're now about to head into track 4, and so far nothing's really catching me. Everything's just so like, this would be fine if I was like at the beach and just needed a song, like an album to play in the background that I'm not actually really paying attention to. But like, if I'm gonna just like actually sit and listen to something or have something playing through like headphones or speakers, so far this doesn't seem like something I would reach for, and we're gonna move to the next song. Stoned at the Nail Salon.
Just in case I wake up and realize I've chosen wrong. Well, my heart blood's been burning for so many, wherever that leads. Maybe I just stoned at the nail salon.
Okay, so now it seems like she's like, I like the life that I have, that I've gotten from all this, but she sometimes thinks about like, what would her life be without all the extra that she has now? Yeah. Which like is a valid thought, but you know, some people don't get into the business to get all the extra, and they're just there to just express themselves and enjoy or have a talent for, you know, singing or acting or whatever it is. So
Two former hellraisers, I'm still crazy for you, babe. So many summers now, wherever that leads, I don't know. Oh,
I like that harmony.
just stoned at the nail salon.
Okay, so that one was another song that just, I feel like this is a very introspective album for her, where she's kind of just thinking on her life and everything that that entails. But I don't know, it's not pulling me in and then making me want to listen. Like, I think it's just like too calm and too introspective that like, when I listen to Lorde, it's not like what I approach her music for. So as we're going, we're only like a third into the album, but it's not looking like it's gonna be a favorite of mine. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, the next track is Fallen Fruit.
To the ones who came before us, who were lifted on a wing.
That sounds pretty.
Dear, the dreams we had were far too big. psychedelic art.
It's giving me a folk vibe.
Dancing on the falling fruit.
Like the addition of the guitar.
And you sung to the phantom, to the play.
That's nice.
Hearts in our head. I love what
This is very instrumental heavy. Okay, I didn't hate that one. That one I think I like the best out of everything we've listened to so far. I definitely liked the instrumental. I thought her harmonies were really nice, and it had a little bit more of a driving force behind it than the other tracks did. So definitely did like this one more than the other songs. I don't know if this is a song that I would seek out, but if it ended up playing like in a playlist, I probably would just let it play. Please ignore the change of lighting if you can notice. I don't know if you can notice, but it just got really cloudy and I think it's about to rain. So ignore that if it got a little bit dark. All right, moving on to the next song, which is Secrets from a Girl, in parentheses, who's seen it all.
dancing with my girls, only having 2 drinks, then leaving. Been a while since you last said sorry. Crying in the dark at your best friend's bar. Couldn't wait to turn 15. Then you blink and it's been 10 years. But you gotta want it for yourself. You can take him if you want him using gel. Secrets from a girl, who's seen it. Secrets from a girl. Secrets from a girl who's seen it all. Remember all the hurt you would feel when you were to say wanna love again, so just try staying open. Mystical ambitions, they won't let you down. Think of love. Secrets from a girl, secrets from a girl.
Welcome to sadness. The temperature is unbearable until you face it. Your emotional baggage can be picked up at carousel number 2.
What?
When we reach, you can stay as long as you need to get familiar with the feeling. Cool.
Huh? Okay, so that whole ending was just very odd to me. I don't know, I feel like even though the album is called Solar Power, it's bright and sunny, her cover is her at the beach, nice yellow font, the Solar Power video, she's like wearing yellow, and it seems all fun and happy, but this, like I said, this seems like a very introspective album, and it just like also sad girl hours. So like, nothing wrong with sad girl hours music. Like, Olivia Rodrigo was all sad girl hours for Sour. And while initially on my first listen, when I did do my album reaction, some of the songs I didn't really love, but after replaying it a few times, I actually really enjoy like all of the songs on that album now. And not just the few that I really liked based off that first listen. So definitely first listens and first impressions aren't always the most accurate. You do usually end up liking other songs after you've heard them a few times. But this is just like an abstract version of Sad Girl Hours. And usually I'm fine with the abstract version because Pure Heroine is my favorite album of Lorde's. Melodrama I like enough, but like my go-to is like her Pure Heroine album. Like that's my favorite of hers. And I think because that's my favorite of hers, this album is just not really doing it for me. And I'm so disappointed and sad to have to say that because I love Lorde and I love her music up to this point. And like this is, I'm like, girl, are you okay? Like, oh no. And some of her lyrics, I'm like, are you trying to say you I don't know. So yeah, I really don't even really know how to feel. We're halfway through. The next song is The Man with the Axe. We're just gonna move on.
Moving the furniture and your office job and your silver all these years. I thought I was a genius. Feel like all I know how to
distorted version of like a crowd.
For the princess of Norway. With your toes t-shirt, I guess I'll always be this way with a plan.
Whole different switch to the song. Wow, that sounded very like, that harmony was very like old school. Yeah, not much to say on that song. Pretty much per my last feelings on the others, I pretty much feel the same. So moving on to the next track, Dominoes. I'm sorry if I look bored. I'm just, it's not playing. Oh.
That you were doing yoga. Now you're watering all the flowers. Oh, new age out running your blues. Watch you flip them down like dominoes. I know.
This is a very, like, I'm at a little island tiki hut or something, and then like in Hawaii or something, and they're just playing music in the background. This kind of seems like that, like a Jason Mraz type of vibe, but a little less upbeat than his songs.
The whole world changes right around you. Must feel good being missed to start again. Get up. Yeah, must feel good being missed to start again.
Oh, that was a short song. I liked Dominoes more than others. I think the only songs right now were, I don't even remember, was it Fallen Fruit? Dominoes, that like are songs that I like a little bit more than the rest of the tracks, but like I still don't love it, but definitely another song that if it came up I would let play. And it's short, it's like only 2 minutes. Okay, the next song is Big Star.
Everyone knows that you're too good for me, don't they? Shivering pines, but every perfect summer's gotta say goodnight. Big star, you're a
She's doing a lot of singer-songwriter vibes with just like acoustic sounds, but nothing too crazy with the production so far throughout this album.
Every perfect summer's gotta take its flight. Big star, you're a picture till I die, till I die.
Sorry, I was just on a break for like 2 hours FaceTiming my sister, and I was like, I gotta finish filming this album reaction. So let's get back to Solar Power. I think we're done with Big Star. I only see a few seconds left on this track. So let's move on to track number 10, Leader of a New Regime.
Wearing SPF 3000 for the on the last of the outbound plane. Body, anybody.
Oh, interesting note. Very interesting melody. Oh, is this just like a little interlude? It's literally only like a minute and a half long. Interesting. I don't know if that's supposed to mean like literally new leader of a new regime, like we need new leaders in the world, or she's trying to talk about herself specifically, that she needs a new path in life, or like new like focus or direction, that she wants to kind of switch it up or something. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm supposed to get out of that. But let's move on to track 11, Mood Ring. You guys let me know down below how you guys feel about this. I know I'm probably like kind of crapping on this album, but I'm like not trying, like I don't think it's bad, it's just not my cup of tea. Like I don't think it's a bad album, I think it's just not something that was made for me. Like this is not something that I feel like I'm the demo for this specific sound. So I don't know, I I would rather go back and listen to her first 2 albums than this one. I can say for sure with only 2 more tracks, Mood Ring, and then the last track after this is Oceanic Feeling. I think I can confidently say that this is just not something that has replayability for me. Anyway, let's get into Mood Ring.
I'm trying to blow bubbles, but inside, if I ever let them go out, to think the early 2000s seems so far away.
Song's picking up a little. Ooh.
It's transcendental in your meditation.
I'm liking this better. Okay. Still very Alanis Morissette. This definitely sounds more single-like, made for, not radio per se, but definitely to be a single like Solar Power was. The other one's not so much, but definitely this one and Solar Power seem more single-like. I can see why there are stars on these, on this one at least.
I can feel it from away, from away.
I definitely like that song. I think that was probably my favorite so far on this entire album. It just, it was more upbeat. It actually had like a fuller production than the rest of it. I think there's nothing wrong with minimal production. I just feel like I wasn't feeling the minimal production for most of the tracks, but this one I actually really liked. Yeah, definitely still giving me that like 90s pop vibe, which I'm fine with, obviously. But yeah, I liked Mood Ring. I liked that one. That one was a solid track. Okay, last track of the album, Oceanic Feeling.
It's a blue day when it holds me.
I like that harmony. The harmonies are always good. That's never a thing. Never a question, not never a thing. Let's see, are we picking up to something? Ooh. Like the guitar. The guitar is definitely doing it for me for this track. It's kind of saving it. I was wondering if we were gonna get a little more drums. This like bass riff, I like this one. I like this song. This is the type of chill I like. This is like chill with the beat. I like this. I like that. The breathe outs. Oh, there's still like almost 2 minutes left. It's a long song. I like this live instrumental sound. Oh, okay, outro.
And step into the choir.
I'm like counting down the last few seconds of the song, just thinking if something's gonna be there, but there was like 15 seconds of silence. Okay, well, that is the last track on the album. We've come to the end of Solar Power. And I definitely liked that song. That definitely had a chill vibe to it. Still that 90s pop sound, like 90s era sound. But overall, I think based off of the songs that I actually did like on this album, which were, I think it was Fallen Fruit was the first one that I ended up liking. Dominoes, Mood Ring, and then this one, Oceanic Feeling. So that's only 4 out of 12 songs. Yeah, I don't think it's great if I only like a third of the album. So I probably would only rate this like a, personally, I think in 1 vibe, 2 replayability, and 3, just like being able to hook me in, and I'm not kind of just like sitting here waiting for the song to kind of grab me. Like, I probably would only rate this album like a 4, 5 out of 10. Even though I only liked a third of the album, I'll give it a little bit more in percentage wise. I'll give it more of like a 50% out of 100, just because like add a little boost for just like the time and effort she put into this. But like overall, this was not my favorite Lorde album. Like I think that was just a journey she needed to take for herself. But I personally just like, nothing in this really hooked me. It wasn't even until the last 2 songs, Mood Ring and what is it, Oceanic Feeling, that I was like, oh, I like these songs. These are kind of, you know, I don't know if catchy is the right word, but like they have a little bit more oomph to it that I'm like, okay, this caught my attention a little more. But yeah, I mean, overall, that's what I think about Lorde's Solar Power album. I'm sorry if you listened to this and thought it was amazing, and like I've kind of crushed your dreams by not liking it that much. I'm just gonna go back to listening to Pure Heroine after this. But I don't know, let me know down below what you thought of this album. If you loved it, if you liked it, you thought it was okay, or if you just plain didn't like it. I'm open to hearing various opinions. Let me know. It's kind of a bittersweet feeling of like, I got new music, but it's not the music that I actually really care to replay after hearing it for the first time. But yeah, I don't know, if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If not, sorry. But other than that, that is it for me for this video. I hope you still want to stick along and watch me do other reactions and reviews, commentary, whatever, to other things, and will subscribe down below and hit the bell so you're notified when I next upload. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Sorry and not sorry. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.